Yes, before you enter this area, before you enter the front counter, you wash your hands. All right? Enjoy tonight. Seriously, enjoy tonight, because tomorrow is the real thing. Stage 1 is nearly complete, which is the training before the shop opens. So this is the process, okay? In, shake it, 10 seconds. In here, cover it up, shake, shake. Same standards are expected from here, from Cape Town to London, in Russia, anywhere we are. The standards will be the same. Thank you. Because that is the brand standards.
I think the stricter the process is, the stricter your other franchisees are. So if the bar is set high, then all over the world it's the same standard, which is of course very, very important in a global brand.
During the training, the product that the staff have been producing, not me, but the staff have been producing, is far superior than what we've eaten out there. Now, if the managers and the franchisees police the business, which I've asked them to do, and show them how to do it, then they cannot go wrong. But the first few weeks is very crucial, because everybody else, customers from KFC, Nando's, everybody will want to come and test this food out. And we only got one chance, as I said to them, to hook them in.
If you were looking to join us, ideally you'd have some knowledge of food and beverage. Now, that doesn't mean that you've run an a la carte restaurant, but it would be preferable if you understood that getting fast food, quick service to the customers in the shortest possible time is probably what you need to do to make your business succeed. And that really needs food and beverage experience in the main. It's not essential, but it's certainly preferable.
Stage 2 now is when the shop opens. I'm here for 2 weeks to support the franchisee and the team to make sure by the time I leave here, they're confident and managing the shop by themselves. Brilliant.
The key to our success is opening and developing markets where we can enter very quickly. We can enter into smaller cities where the large brands can't. They can't afford to enter those markets. Where we can go in at our scale of business with low investment and open rapidly. And we can go in and create brand awareness very fast.
We seem to work well where people want to take a bit of a risk, but they don't want to go to the full extreme of taking on board maybe one of the major global brands that are around at the moment.
It's definitely worth doing. Remember, you're working with the international brand, so it was a nice experience for us as well, to see how they do it and how they are successful in other countries.
We start doing the menu costings with the franchisee. So they are sourcing raw products and that core ingredients. We then help them to now create the pricing of the menu.
Having the freedom to source your own product, to get the best product for the best price. We're up against massive competition and drive the margins and have the cost low. That's essential what the business is all about. So yeah, it definitely will help us in the future going forward.
Return on investment is typically around 3 years. However, we've had some amazing stories.
Starting this business, we had absolutely no knowledge how to do it. We had no experienced person in our company who can do it. We planned to return money during 3 years, but returned them in half a year. It was a big surprise for us, and also just this gave us the impact to develop quicker.
So we can open in very low population areas and still be profitable because our initial investment is low.
You know, one of the most important things that we realised very early on in the franchise's history is you needed reliable equipment. Now from that, you also needed to be able to update and improve the equipment going forward. So the decision was made to have our own in-house research and development.
The actual manufacturing side of the company started in 1964. Andrew's father was running the business next door, and in moving here we acquired a new customer. We started making his equipment. We tried to come up with ideas that other people hadn't thought of, try and make the products more eco-friendly, reduce the amount of current required to use them. Also develop things that will sustain food longer. Any franchisee or person using the equipment, if they've got anything that they don't like about it, we're in the position where we can adapt and change things, and we're able within a matter of weeks or days even to look into these problems and try and solve them.
The first restaurant is the most difficult. It's all new. You're learning a whole new business. But once you've got that under your belt, the second and third and fourth are respectively very, very easy. The advantage, obviously, of scaling the brand is economies of scales, purchasing, and profitability becomes better the more restaurants you operate.
There is a difference between managing one shop and the net of shops, because if you have a number of shops, it's necessary to have standards and also a number of rules on which the management will be based. Because if you have one, just it's possible to be there and look for everything, everything will be in order. But if you have several shops, there will be no possibility to be each time in the shop. It's necessary to have rules on which the shop will be working.
For a guy like him to have over 40 shops, you know, going through everything and experience everything and appointing people and managing his business, that's priceless. You must learn from someone like that. He's paid his school fees going through that, and we definitely want to learn from him.
It's easy to use the word support. I think any franchise brochure that you look at across the world will talk about supporting franchisees. What does support mean? In our case, it's ongoing design, so we help them to design point of sale literature, menus, posters, advertising, marketing, and that's one side that can help them to generate some business. But it's not just that, it's also supporting them when perhaps the sales have gone low for a particular week. There can be a religious festival and the month can be lost to sales, and they're going to feel that they need that support. It may well be encouraging them to open a second or third or fourth location. But to do that, you have to have their trust.
I'm a customer and I do try the chicken. And it does remind me of those early days with my father.
We bought into that family type of business. And also the taste of the chicken. I mean, that's essential what it is about. And the quality.
Pressure frying keeps the moisture in the food and the oil out. And that's the speciality about our food. That zesty lemon and herb and pepper taste. I want to be known for a quality, fresh chicken.
And it's very important, it's a core product. And if the core product is good and is handled properly, all the way through the processes that we've got, you end up with a good quality product.
If you're interested in joining us, here's some of the questions you might want to ask yourself. How will you fund this? Where are you planning to open? What locations? How can I grow? Where can I grow? How many can I open? The logistics, what's available locally? Do you have the manpower skills, the man management to make this happen? We can help put this together for you in a professional business plan, and we can work on this plan together.
I think one of the most rewarding things that we get is when we do go back to countries for their third, fourth, fifth or even 10th location opening, and you realise that there's a relationship that's developed over time. And it's not just a commercial relationship, it's actually a friendship.
You know, it's not just business for me, it's so personal. So that's key to the way I want to grow the business, that's at a very personal level. And that's why I only work with certain people.
Here we are. We've opened our first store in South Africa, in Cape Town, and hopefully the first of many to come.